Good morning, everyone. Hope we're all well today. We change in the weather, but we'll get to that in a second. As you can see, my co-host for the newspaper review is in his place for a change. We'll see how long he lasts. Thank you, Mr. E. You smell shite every time a unionist speaks. Well, good morning, Ackies. Well, that's interesting. Thanks very much for your kind donation and the chuckle. Right, who's all in this morning? Let's have a look. Hi, Christina. Hi, Ackies. Hi, Stevie Charlton. Hi, Mr. E. Art Office. Rosalind Carrigan. Who else have we got? I see the other Davies in. I don't expect to see Reagan Elite this morning as he's in Glasgow. I intend to go hunt him down later. Right after the show, actually, and right after some breakfast. We're going to try and hunt him down for a cup of coffee. We're going to see Martin the Hibbies there, Peter's there, Jim Soralba's there, Wolfpet's there. Who else we got? We got John O, the other Davy, as I said. Chris Wilson, good morning, Chris. We Wilsons, we've seen you in the audience, dear boy. John O'Rourke, Graham Essence. Hey, Eddie Wolfie. And that's us right back up the top. Now we're slow and joining today. Morning, Spanner Mac. Morning, Class Action. Morning, Doug, Melanie, Luke Indy. Numbers are climbing nicely, folks. Now, before we get this underway, I'm going to say right now there's only one story in town today, folks. So this is going to be a rapid fire episode, I would imagine. Okay, so it's Indy Truck Davy out the truck and at home in his office in Salford, North Lanarkshire, where it is overcast, 16 degrees. No rain in the forecast. Today's highs here in North Lanarkshire expect to get to 18 degrees. The pollen count is moderate. Main allergen is grass. And this one's for David. Humidity is at 72%. Okay. Fit like the day. No bad. No bad at all. Right, let's get into this, shall we? First up this morning, we have the Herald. So we'll get it up. Right, as I say, folks, this is right through the papers today. A chance to end the war. Trump hints at three-way talks as European leaders join Zelensky at the White House. Now, if you didn't know this was happening yesterday, it appears you're living in Mars. But this is a consistent theme. Now, Trump spoke to Putin, now he's talking to Zelensky, and now they're talking about trilateral talks, which is the only way you're actually going to get this done. You can't have peace negotiations without the people you're at war with in the room. It's just no bloody possible. Although you see the way Trump and Putin are behaving, you think it was possible. Right, next up we've got the Scotsman. Let's see what the Scotsman's got for us this morning. It's going to be one of the ones, is it? And of course it's the same theme. Zelensky ready to meet Putin. Okay. Trump says three-way talks could see peace breakthrough as he gives Ukraine security pledge. That's interesting. We know another leader who makes pledges and doesn't keep them. And we know that Trump's unreliable. I think he'd want something in writing. Something a wee bit more concrete. Something that's been through Congress and through the Senate and been passed by the representatives of the people of the United States. That's what I would like to see, instead of this fucking tin pot dictator making promises he's probably not like what to keep. Right, let's move on. Next up, the Daily Fail. What's it go for us? What angle is it coming at this story from? Because it is the same story. This one's a stormer. As Zelensky agrees to summit with Putin and Trump, it was electric with jeopardy A chess match with live grenades. They were in the fucking White House. There was no ammunition involved. As for intense or electric, Trump's not got that much energy, to be fair. And I say he'd have been sat there, got absolutely mumbling nonsense, while the diplomats in the background would be actually doing the work. Trump thinks he's living in a reality TV programme, for feck's sake. Wow. So that's a fail. Next up, we'll get the other right-wing loony rag. What's it go for us this morning? The Express. Trump, US will ensure deal works. President doesn't rule out sending American troops to Ukraine. Well, actually, that gets a wee bit more interesting the further down this same fucking story we get. And when we get to the eye, I think it's the eye, it's got the eye of the Metro, it's got the most likely truth to the story. But apparently, Trump is offering to guarantee what's left of Ukraine's security after him and Putin carve it up. Because that's what's going to happen here, folks. There is no doubt about it. Right. After the Express, we have the Times. Let's see what the Times has got for us this morning. See, it's all the same story, folks, except for a couple of the rags. Trump offers very good Kiev security guarantee. Trump offers security guarantee. Anybody believe that nonsense? Trump changes his mind as the wind changes direction. But as I say, you can be sure that this Trump security guarantee will cost the people of Ukraine dearly, probably in natural resources, because they're going to divvy up Ukraine and they are going to rape what's fucking left of it. The people might not be getting shot at anymore, but they'll be getting robbed. So instead of being murdered, they'll be getting robbed. You can bet your boots on it. And after the Times, we have the Telegraph, of course, so let's see what it's got. Same story, of course. Different angle. The byline in both papers I should have brought up. But this is a byline that runs through a good few years, so I'll bring it up this time. US military to protect Ukraine. Let me sort that bloody headline out, shall we? US military to oversee the asset stripping of Ukraine. That's what that headline should say, folks. Let's not kid ourselves on. Trump's in this for rare earth minerals. And that's the price he's going to extract from Ukraine for security. In the meantime, it looks like Putin's keeping the land as occupied territories. Because that's what we're seeing when we look at the military analysis of what's going on. And how a truce, stroke, ceasefire, stroke, peace is likely to come about. And the byline, Reeves is looking at a property tax. So every day we have bylines telling us that she's looking at different ways of raising money to plug the £50 billion black hole that's allegedly there. Started off at 20 billion, now we're at 50 billion. So what have we had so far? Raiding the pensions and savings of us. They've looked at gambling taxes. They've looked at fuel duty hikes. And now they're looking at a property tax. They're also looking at banging in or lowering the inheritance tax threshold. So, they're looking at any wealth tax, we're looking at hitting the ordinary people. Or the middle, as we call it, because the poor's already had everything they've got squeezed from them. So they're coming after the middle so that they don't have to tax the rich. Well, it's not as if David and I didn't say that's what we're going to do. Here we diversion for Putin and fucking Trump for a minute of the way. Right, next up we have, I think it's a rancid. No, it's the scum. And it has, after the dressing down Zelensky's smart for Trump summit, US will protect Ukraine's security. Suited, not booted, is the headline in the Sun. And they're critiquing what Mr. Zelensky was wearing yesterday, which was a black suit with a black shirt and what appeared to be a black tie, for what I can see for the picture on the front of the rag. To be honest, when I was watching it yesterday on TV, the last thing I was looking at was what they were wearing. I expected Zelensky to be in fatigues, and the suit he was wearing looked like fatigues. Trump was wearing his usual boy suit and fucking white shirt and red tie. But there you go. Of everything that's going on the planet, the scum decides to critique what Zelensky's wearing. Aye, well, let's move on. Next up we have The Guardian. As I say, it's all the same story today, folks. Trump, no need for ceasefire to secure UK peace deal. Also, just to keep slogging it out and killing each other until somebody says stop, till Putin says, all right, that's enough. Don't get it, do they? When Putin retains the Ukrainian lands as occupied territories, it ain't coming to a stop. They people want their fucking land back. We know what happens in occupied territories. The oppressed, as they're called, have the right to defend themselves, to resist the occupation, and that's exactly what will happen. There will be no peace. And Russia will want that land. Not for very long. A decade in the mace, and it'll be back in Ukrainian hands as the people who live on that land overwhelm those who try to subjugate the lands. That's generally what happens. And of course, the Guardian's byline was also a property tax being the likely outcome, or one of the likely outcomes for the budget that's coming. Okay, we'll get rid of the Guardian. We'll look and see what the eyes go for us. I think it's the eye that's got the nearer to the truth headline when it comes to what Trump's actually talking about. So let's put the eye up and see it's more interesting. Trump's White House welcome. We can still do a deal with Putin. America pledges to help out Europe with Ukraine's security. Now that, folks, is the more likely situation. That the Europeans will put the boots on the ground with Trump in the background, extorting money for Ukraine, saying he'll back up Europe if any trouble starts. That's exactly what's going. That's how it seems to be. How it's going to be. You see, Trump and Putin are going to carve up Ukraine. The Europeans will probably provide the buffer with Trump offering the security guarantee. Because how's he going to please his base if he expands the American empire when he was talking about stopping wars and drawing back and cutting costs? How's he going to explain it to the MAGA mob? So it's more likely Europe will provide the boots on the ground with Trump extorting money for security he's not even fucking providing. So the eye has the more likely headline here, and that is Europe will provide security for Ukraine with the US stalling in the background. But actually no committing to fuck all. Right, next up, after the eye, we have the National. What's the National got for us this morning? Well, it has got a different theme this morning. The National. And actually, I can understand the question. I'll put it up. And, of course, the headline is, How can this go on? Scottish activists on terror charges have court dates axed. I guess they're going to get let off with it then, eh? Author Sally Rooney warned by number 10 she risks committing terrorist offences. Talk about intimidation at the highest level. An author getting contacted by number 10 to tell her to stop her activities or they're going to arrest her for terrorism. I support Palestine action. Come and arrest me. Come and arrest me. I think it's time to start wandering into Glasgow to these protests. It's time to overwhelm the government. Time to embarrass this government. Time to tell them that we all support the people of Palestine and we believe in free protest and direct action as a method of free protest. So come on in, Police Scotland. I support Palestine action. If that makes me a terrorist, come and lift me. But they're right. Man detained for anti-AI Palestine action t-shirt. So I don't know what that's all about. I wonder if you go, I would go, I'm anti-AI and pro-Palestine action. I don't know how that t-shirt would work. Yes, Neil, that's what we've just been talking about. It's the byline and all of these papers. Rachel's for accounts is thinking about swapping a stamp duty for a property tax. That's correct. She's desperately trying to find a way to raise money without hitting the rich. That's exactly what she's doing. But this shit has just come north of the border, folks. Everyone watching this channel's on a list. It is. It's on YouTube's list under Two Davies. Yeah. As the state's watching me, Mr. E, it means they're leaving some other fucker alone. Right. So that was an Arsenal. Next up with the rancid, and as we know we don't put the rancid up, so we'll take an Arsenal down. And we'll tell you what's in the rancid today. Council's cut place on bus for Jessica, 9. She misses her beloved primary school. And this is a story that one of the councils here in Scotland has cut transport for this wee lassie to get to school. She's in a wheelchair. And now she can't get access to school. Now, we get these stories come up now and again, and generally once the press has highlighted them, the situation is very quickly resolved. So I imagine that Jessica, whatever council area she's in, will be back on that bus come next Monday and back in class. Because these sort of headlines shame councils into doing the right thing. But denying a 9-year-old disabled child access to school, knowing a parent's circumstances and knowing that they can't get them there to save a couple of pounds is not on. It's not acceptable. Right, next up we'll get the Metro. What's the Metro got for us today? And the Metro's no going on Trump, Putin and Ukraine. That's going on. Warning as slick med sites cash in. UK's 5,000 fake online pharmacists. Now you've got to say to yourself, this rag's telling us that there is a precise number of fake pharmacists online. Well, if they can identify the number, that means they've identified these fake pharmacies. Take them fucking down! Now, apparently these fake pharmacies are selling pet drugs, shit made up of anything they can get their hands on, as actual medication. Poisoning people, such like, maybe even killing people if they get it right. But if they know there's 5,000 of them, They have the number, which means they've identified them. Shut them bloody down. That headline should read UK shuts down 5,000 fake pharmacies online. That's something that should read. Because if you identify a number like that, which is a pretty precise number, then you must have identified who they are. Mental. Absolutely mental. Right. The book's getting closed, folks. I tell you, it'll be a quick run through the day. The book's being closed, folks, and that means there's only one paper left to cover, and that's the Star. The Star has got the annual Beast of Bogman Moor story that we get year in, year out. Oh, hold on, we've got a legend. Hey, Grant, how's it going, big man? Aye, how's it going, mate? You want to say hello to the audience? Hold on a minute, Grant. Anyway, big man, can you hear me now? I can just hear you, mate. Well, you might say good morning to the audience. You've just phoned in the middle of a live broadcast. Oh, well, good morning, everybody. Right, I've just come down from Aberdeen and it's raining. It's raining on the way down from Aberdeen. Grant, give me 5 minutes. I'm just rounding up. I'll phone you right back, mate. Right, thanks, mate. Bye. That's my big great Grant. He's another truck driving legend, just like John and myself. He's on his way down with a big rig for Aberdeen. He tells us it's raining. Anyway, back to the Beast of Bogman Moor story. We get one of these every year. Big cat prowling, big cat prowling. You know, so let's have a look. Where is this big cat prowling this time? Here we go. Watch out, you're mad. Big cat stalks King Chaz. Beast spotted prowling near Highgrove home. I don't know if he still lives in Highgrove House, but apparently a big cat's been spotted in the area of Highgrove House. And according to this paper, it is stalking King Charles. Well, let's hope that its stalking expedition is successful, because I can't think of a paper review I'd like to do more than Big Cat Eats King. King mauled by Big Cat. Big Cat eats King. I just love that. That would make my day if that was the headlines. Big Cat Eats King. Wow. I'd like to see all the variations of it as well, with all the different papers. That would be absolutely brilliant. But I have to say, Big Cat, I hope you're successful in your stalking expedition and you get your prey. Hey, Charlie boy, I would move to Windsor if I was you. So you got to love it. You've got to love this Star. And I say, but I mean, I would love to wake up one morning and give you the paper review that says that this big cat is eating King Chuck. Oh, what a cracking headline that would be. The Rancid, the Scum, and the Star, they would be the headlines for that day, man. Thanks, John. Donald Grump keeping his word. The man-child is bewildered, senile galoot. What truth in that, John? You're not going to get an argument from me. And thanks again for your kind, John, and generosity, John. And give Edith a nice best, will you? Right. Ackies. I hope you've got the tracker on Reagan Elite so that I can find them before he hits his wrestling match tonight. So that's the plan, folks. Right after this, we're going to have some breakfast. I made Sarah a big breakfast yesterday morning. She's going to make me one this morning. And then we're going to jump in the car and we're going to go hunt Reagan Elite. See if we can find them. Hello, Sir Larry the Cat. The beast has chuck steak. What a headline day that would be if that big cat just managed to munch on Charlie and put him out his misery. Oh dear, what a headline. Right, that's it for the day, folks. Thanks very much for your super chats. Thanks to the moderators for moderating. Thanks very much for watching again in such high numbers. It always amazes me how large the live audience is, and the fact that you stick from start to end of the programme, that's quite rare. But as I say, we'll see you all tomorrow morning again at 10:30, where the other David will be playing the bewildered geezer standing in the supermarket, a bit like Donald Trump or King Chuck. Okay, see you tomorrow morning. You'll not be in Glasgow until 2 p.m. Well, Aki's, keep me informed, mate. That gives me plenty of time to eat before I head in there. Okay. Bye for now, folks.